Good evening. Hi. Bloody cough. Yeah, I was wanting to do a video today, but I just can't. I think I'll try one tomorrow or the next day. And it's probably about the case of child D, which Dr. Dewey Evans goes on to speak about. He goes on to speak about it in the Daily Mail interview, the podcast. And Dr. Scott McLachlan has done fantastic as a Substack on this, and just reread that. Sorry, I can't seem to help the coughing. Just had a rethink about Twitter today and the best way to behave on there. It's easy to get pulled into. No, I shouldn't say that. It sounds like it's not my responsibility to. It's easy for me to. I behave in a way that I don't like. I'm behaving in a way that I don't like on the Twitter a bit, because you get into these kind of conflicts, and you think, oh, people, they don't. You can come in too strong, and then it's not going to change their mind doing that. And what is the purpose of this? Is to influence people. It's not that you want to make. It's not about trying to get people to think like you. It's not that. It's to consider. It's the idea. It's not that it's your idea. It's not my idea. It's just the people that are very, very concerned about this case. It's about the idea of an innocent person being punished for something they haven't done. And the other side of that is, well, why has that happened? It's not an accident. It was, what was it? Well, in total it was 8 years in the making. From 2015 until August just gone. That's 8 years in the making. That's a very long accident. It's not an accident. It was a type of design, and it reveals a lot of desire to cover up something else, and various forms of corruption across various agencies and institutions and individuals within them. But it is really exhausting, and other people have said it. If you're focusing on so much to read and consider, especially if you're not legally or medically not trained but knowledgeable, which I'm not in any way at all. And but a lot of the people who are very passionate about this aren't either. Some are. A lot of them are nursing backgrounds or legal backgrounds, or scientific backgrounds of one kind or another. But like myself, I don't have any professional background in that respect. So, but I was thinking earlier tonight, I was lying down and just thought, what's happened here is that innocence, in the form of Lucy Letby, has been attacked, and that those babies that Lucy was looking after and giving care to are really, when children are that young, the neonates, just in the world for a few hours, some of them, or a few days. The majority of them then less than 7 days, not even a week. They're the most innocent of human creatures, human beings, human souls. I say creature in terms of we're all creatures of one form or another, I think. But the souls there are innocent. They've not been around on this world. Well, and if you believe in incarnations, it's a new start for them. And I have a feeling that it's something about the innocence of those souls knew that Lucy Letby was kind to them and cared about them. And those souls, some of which have gone on to another place we know not where, and the souls of those who are now young children who had a health deterioration and then have gone on to grow up as children over the last 8 years. There's something about the souls of all those people knew and know and have a sort of innate knowledge of Lucy's innocence, because they were with her in the way that she was with them. They were innocent, very, very, very innocent souls. And she was as well, I believe. So there's something in that, I feel, that this idea that innocence in some form or other will speak on behalf of other innocents, and that will come through the appeal process in some form or other, as it is doing in terms of the work that people like Dr. Scott McLachlan is doing, in which he's passionately and honestly trying to lay out before us the evidence that is there of the experience of those babies in that unit, and the struggles that they were having in terms of their various health conditions, but also what was lacking in that unit in terms of medical care or appropriate care at times, primarily from the doctors there, the absences of, and sometimes the mistakes, and sometimes the negligence there, and the inexperience, and that they weren't in the right place, and yeah. So that's that. But the innocence of those souls will and are actually somehow, I believe they are, trying to find a way and are finding a way through people like Dr. Scott McLachlan and others to speak about the truth of the short time that they knew and were in the same space with Lucy Letby, who was caring for them and cared about them and wanted them to be strengthened and get well and to go home, as she said in the trial, that she says, I wanted them to be well enough to go home. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much.